The rain hit the broken pavements of Chandni Chowk like whispers of a warning. It was past midnight, and the streets that had bustled with life hours ago now lay silent, save for the occasional screech of tires or a stray dog rummaging through bins. Beneath a flickering street lamp stood a man cloaked in shadows, his back pressed against a damp wall, blood dripping from his side, soaking into the fabric of his white kurta. His name was Arjun Mehra. To anyone passing by, he looked like another victim of Delhi's chaos, a forgotten man in a forgotten place. But Arjun wasn't just anyone. He was a government prosecutor, one of the few still willing to go undercover in the heart of India's corruption-ridden capital. For the last 8 months, Arjun had buried his identity deep beneath layers of lies and aliases, gaining the trust of men who believed no law could touch them. That night, his cover had been blown. He'd received a message to meet a trusted informant in a deserted lane behind the spice market. But instead of whispers and secrets, he'd been greeted by the cold steel of a knife. The assailants hadn't spoken a word. They had struck with precision, not to kill, but to silence him. Perhaps they thought he'd die slowly, anonymously. As he stumbled forward, clutching his wound, the glow of a police vehicle came into view. Relief filled him for a moment. Help was near. 2 uniformed officers stepped out, laughing at something on one of their phones. Arjun collapsed at their feet, coughing up blood. "Oi, look at this one," one of them said. "Probably drunk. Or high." The other nudged him with his boot. "No ID. No shoes. Just another junkie. Leave him." They turned their backs and walked away, their laughter fading into the dark. Arjun's eyes fluttered. Every breath felt heavier than the last. But within him, something stubborn refused to die, not until the truth was known, not until justice had a face again. From the alley behind him, a figure emerged. Not a rescuer, not a cop, but someone watching, someone who knew who Arjun really was. The figure in the shadows wore a navy raincoat, hood drawn low, face hidden. They stood still for a moment, observing Arjun's motionless body beneath the flickering light. Then, with practiced silence, they crouched beside him and pressed 2 fingers to his neck. A faint pulse. Still alive. Without a word, the stranger hoisted Arjun over their shoulder and disappeared into the dark alleys of Old Delhi. Hours later, Arjun awoke in a dimly lit room above a shuttered tea stall. The air smelt of dust and damp wood. His side throbbed in pain, wrapped hastily with gauze. He could hear the faint sounds of the city waking below. Across from him sat a woman, arms crossed, face calm but alert. She looked to be in her late 30s, wearing faded jeans and a loose kurti. Her voice was steady. "You're lucky I was following those officers," she said. "Unlucky they found you first." Arjun tried to sit up, but winced. "Who are you?" "Name's Riya Sharma. Investigative journalist." "You're Arjun Mehra, yes?" "Delhi District Prosecutor. Undercover. Case number 714. His blood turned cold. "How do you?" She cut him off. "Your operation's blown. Someone leaked your identity. I've been watching them for weeks. I thought you'd last longer." Riya pulled out a flash drive. "They think you're dead. That gives us an edge. If you still want to take them down, you're going to need help." Arjun had no choice but to trust her. Riya laid out folders across the floor, each marked with names, dates, locations. There were photographs of police officers meeting with local gang leaders, screenshots of bank transfers, audio recordings. Names he recognized, names of men he had once shaken hands with in courtrooms. But what hit hardest was a picture of ACP Rajiv Khurana, Arjun's mentor, his handler. Riya saw the look on his face. "He was the one who leaked you," she said. 2 weeks ago. I traced a signal to his personal device." Arjun's chest tightened. Rajiv had recruited him, trained him, sworn loyalty to justice. "I need to get into Central Records," he said, voice hoarse. "If I can pull the surveillance logs from the night of the leak, I can prove his connection. But I need credentials. I can't go in as myself." Riya nodded slowly. "I know someone. Ex-cybercrimes. Owes me a favor. We'll need to move tonight." Outside, the rain returned. And with it, a new storm was beginning to rise. Night had fallen once more. The heart of New Delhi, Connaught Place, buzzed with its usual chaos, neon lights, traffic horns, and footsteps of a city that never truly sleeps. Arjun and Riya, both in disguises, moved through the crowd toward an underground parking lot where a man named Kabir waited. He was thin, nervous, and carried a laptop like a soldier holds a rifle. Kabir only works in 1-hour windows, Riya said. After that, he vanishes. Inside Kabir's dusty Maruti van, Arjun logged into the government network using credentials stolen from a ghost employee. Every keystroke felt like a countdown. Central Records is encrypted, Kabir muttered. But not bulletproof. I'll patch you through. Minutes passed. Then the screen flickered. A file popped up. Operation Raptor. Internal communications. The contents made Arjun's blood run cold. Messages between Khurana and an unknown number discussing removal of an asset. Surveillance video snippets. And a list prosecutors under watch. His name was marked red. Kabir's eyes widened. They're tracking all of you. Suddenly, a ping. They know someone's inside the system, he whispered. Riya grabbed Arjun's arm. We move. Now. They needed somewhere quiet. Somewhere off-grid. Riya led them to an abandoned flat in Haz village, once a hotspot for artists, now a nesting ground for secrets. Inside, they reviewed the data. But something felt wrong. Too easy. Then came the knock. Arjun looked at Riya. Did anyone follow? No. A second knock. Slower. Deliberate. Kabir reached for the curtains. A flash. Glass shattered. A bullet missed his head by inches. They found us. Riya shouted. They escaped through the back alley, Kabir taking the laptop. But outside, 2 men in civilian clothes blocked the lane, pistols drawn. Kabir ran. One shot echoed. Arjun didn't look back. Riya's contact smuggled them into a textile warehouse in Karolbagh. It was loud, crowded, and full of hidden corners, perfect for ghosts like them. Kabir's death weighed heavily, but the drive was intact. Inside it, a single folder marked Initiation File, D-21. Riya decrypted it. It contained records of a secret division inside Delhi Police, called Division 21. Formed without public knowledge, tasked with discretionary neutralization of legal threats. Every prosecutor, whoever got too close, framed, fired, or dead. Arjun stared at a list of names. He recognized most of them. He was supposed to be next. Arjun contacted the only person he still trusted, Advocate Samir Padak, a defense lawyer who had once gone to war with Arjun in the courtroom, but never compromised his ethics. They met in secret. Samir, older now, weary. I knew Khurana was hiding something, Samir said. But this is war. Samir agreed to file an anonymous petition to the High Court, but that would take days. You need protection, he said. The press. Riya, you're the key. Riya was already a step ahead. She'd sent parts of the footage to her editor. But they needed more, a face, a voice, a confession. And Arjun had a plan to get one. Khurana was arrogant. Predictable. Arjun used a burner to message him directly. I'm not dead. Meet me. No cops. 1 hour. Rajiv Chowk Metro Station. The location was a gamble. Too public for a kill, but perfect for exposure. Riya and Samir watched from a rooftop. Hidden microphones were planted. Every second counted. Khurana arrived alone. Or so it seemed. Arjun stepped out of the crowd. I trusted you, he said. Khurana smirked. You should have stayed dead. He didn't see the drone above. Didn't hear the click of the recording device in Arjun's pocket. Until it was too late. News broke within hours. High-ranking police official exposed an illegal covert unit scandal. The footage went viral. Khurana's face, calm, smug, confident, became the face of betrayal. But truth comes at a price. By morning, Arjun and Riya's names were leaked. Their safe house was compromised. Samir was attacked outside court. They fled again, deeper underground. But Delhi had changed. Protests began. Journalists swarmed the ministry. Opposition leaders demanded inquiries. Division 21 was disbanded, publicly. But Arjun knew better. Shadows do not die. They simply shift. Months passed. Arjun now lived under a new name in a quiet suburb of Bangalore. His face had changed, voice altered. Riya continued writing, not just articles but a book titled Identitas Yang Terlupakan. Delhi had gone quiet. Too quiet. One evening, as Arjun watered plants on his balcony, he saw a white envelope under his door. No stamp. No writing. Inside, a single photo. A man he didn't recognize. Marked in red. And a note. They're building again. Arjun looked up at the night sky. The fight was never really over. It had only just begun.